All right, so whether you're familiar with Paradym or not, I would like to tell you first that Paradym is much more than just a tool to create visual tours. You really can do a lot with it. And you all have access to it. Berkshire Hathaway pays for the service for every single one of our sales professionals. You have access to Paradym and everything that Paradym can do. Now, the website for Paradym is paradym.com with a Y. You have to use a Y, yes? So if you're doing this right now on your computer, make sure that you go to paradym with a Y.com. And if you do not know your user ID or password or both, just click where it says recover. They're very, very good at sending you an email. Within seconds, you're gonna get an email with a link. You're gonna be able to reset your account, yeah? Now, before we move on to the website, it is very important that you install the app on your phone. The app for Paradym is available for both iPhones and Android phones. So if you have an iPhone or an Android phone, go to the App Store or go to the Play Store, look for Paradym with a Y, and download the app. Why is it important? Well, because with the app, actually, you can do things that are either more complicated or not possible on the actual website. You just can't do certain things. And the app has some very quick, super cool shortcuts that you can use. So, for example, one of the things that you can do with Paradym outside of the visual tour, which is the obvious thing, is, for example, a tour for a neighborhood. Or you can create a customized tour for a particular buyer. Right now, when so many buyers are reluctant to go in person to properties, but they really would like to see the property, this is perfect because you can address their specific questions directly on that customized tour for them. Another thing that you can do is a promotional video just for yourself and use Paradym for distribution. So all of those tools are instant on the, I'm sorry, my phone is ringing off the hook. Sorry, let me put it completely on silent because it's vibrating, and I think the vibration transmits to the laptop, and you guys are listening. You hear the vibration. All right, so now that we mentioned the app, and unfortunately I cannot show you the app screen. I cannot share that screen on my laptop. But if you download the app and you use the same user ID and password that you're going to use on the website, all those tools and shortcuts, they just jump at you. Super easy to work with. So we're going to go to the website right now. There we go. Okay, you should be seeing my website screen. Am I right? Guys, nod if you see my website screen. Yes, perfect, fantastic. So let me move this a little bit. There you go. So the zoom toolbar doesn't get in the way. All right, get this out of the way. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it is on my way. All right, so when you go to Paradym and you log in, this is what you're gonna see. This is the home page for Paradym, yeah? And you're gonna notice that you are logged in because instead of having the link that says log in, it says my account. And once you click on my account, you are going to land here. So the first thing I want to show you is something that you are not going to be using too often, and because of that reason, you may forget that you have it. So under your name, on the upper right-hand side corner, use the drop-down arrow and click where it says Success Academy. This is actually pretty cool. Success Academy has a whole bunch of very short videos and some infographics and ebooks that will teach you how to do a number of things on Paradym. Curiously enough, there isn't, or at least I have not found, and I think I have gone through pretty much everything in here, anything that covers what we are going to cover today, which is the bare bone basic functionality of Paradym how to navigate, where to find the most important tools. There isn't a video for that. I called them and I asked them myself, hey, am I missing something here? And they told me, no, we don't have like a basic user guide because the system is very friendly and it's very self-explanatory. And they do have a point. The system is very self-explanatory. So I'm clarifying that because if you land on the Success Academy for Paradym and you're looking for a how to use Paradym, basic interface, basic understanding of Paradym, you're not going to find it. You just go directly to more advanced subjects. Now, I want you to notice that on the Success Academy for Paradym, you will see 3 videos, and if you want to see more, you have to click where it says load more posts, right? And if you are using Zoom not only to participate on my classes, but you already installed Zoom in your computer and you are interviewing potential sellers with Zoom and you're talking to your buyers through Zoom, you may want to link your Zoom account to your Paradym account. Because, and again, this is for those of you that are already using Zoom for your business outside of just clicking on my link and coming to my classes. Zoom with the free account allows you a setting that is called a meeting room. And the meeting room link doesn't change. It's always the same link. So anyone that clicks on that link has immediate access to talk to you by video. Of course, you can set it up whether you give access or not, but it is much simpler than scheduling a meeting and sending the specific link that will work only for that period of time, yes? So when you set up your Zoom meeting room and you link it with your Paradym account, on your tours, there's going to be a link that would allow people to click on it and request to talk live to you right then and there. And of course, then you can have an automatic response, or you can get an alert on your cell phone and you can reply by text, or you can just allow them access and start talking to them live. Just a very neat feature. And that's the first video right there, right? And I wanted to mention this in detail to give you an idea that the material that you have on the Success Academy is good. Very excellent stuff. You should be playing with this. Some of them you're not going to see, like the Broker Dashboard Pro, you're not going to have access to it. Just show you a little bit. We're not going to go through the whole thing. You see, every time you want to see something more, you click on Load More Post. And towards the bottom, you have the ebooks. Some of these are pretty cool. Yeah, a lot of us struggle with social media. I'm one of them. I have this reputation that I'm an expert. I'm not. Every time I go to Facebook, I need like a week of therapy. And the Real Estate Agent Quick Guide to Start on Social Media is really good. So I highly recommend that you click on this link, open it up, read it, play with it. So once you are done with the Success Academy, and again, I strongly recommend that you play with it. Let's go back to the dashboard. Now on the dashboard, we are going to get the most important stuff out of the way. That is what we are doing today, okay? So the first thing that I want to do is click on Settings. So again, you're gonna go to your name, open the drop down, and find Settings. Once you find Settings, click on it. I'm going to show you a couple of things that may be counterintuitive. So the first thing in settings, your first reflex is going to be to click on profile, because normally you click on profile and then you make sure that your phone number is correct and all that information is correct. But when you click on profile on Paradym, really, you don't have any access to edit any of that. You can change the address for the office, the contact information, but you really don't see a lot of things to customize in here. These are notifications and custom tour field names and whatnot, because all that information is under branding. So I'm going to go back to settings, and instead of the profile, you click on branding, and that's when you get all the interesting options to customize your profile. So the background and the text are going to affect, for example, flyers. You can create a flyer for a property in Paradym like this. It's a very nice flyer. And at the bottom of the flyer, and I'm going to show you this, right? But at the bottom of the flyer, all your information is going to be there. And if you would like to have the background to be of a different color, yes, that's what you're going to be using. Now, if you happen to have a customized logo, something that you just did for yourself, you can upload that logo right here, and it's going to be on your profile. And here's where you have access to edit phone number, your cell number, your fax number, if you still use fax. Just as a side comment, this is not Paradym related, but every time I mention a fax, I mention this this tool. If you are with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Florida Realty, you have access automatically to the ultimate version of Form Simplicity. And if you have access to the ultimate version of Form Simplicity, you have a way to receive and send faxes directly from Form Simplicity. You don't need to buy a fax. You don't need to drive to the office to send a fax or to receive a fax, okay? So keep that in mind. Now the social contact options, this is very important because in your profile, and I'm going to show you that in your profile and in your information on your tours, when you use the branded tour, the tour that you can use everywhere except the MLS, you are going to have very attractive icons for social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest. So you definitely want to put your social media, at least the social media you use, you want to put your links right there on the social contact options. Now we are going to go back to settings. We're going to keep on playing with settings. Now under settings, I want to play now with the chat. Okay. I'm sorry, did I say chat? No, I meant flat. Oh, somebody's texting me. Let me see, chat. What do we have in chat? Lisa, if you want to go to Paradym, yes, you can go right ahead. It's paradym.com, paradym.com. And Lisa also says, I just used the branded Paradym for my video tour yesterday and it worked. That's fantastic for your video tour, but watch out with the branded video tour. Watch out with that, because if you put it on the MLS, you're going to get a violation almost immediately. Yes? Now, both main MLSs in this area, the Miami MLS and the RAPV MLS, they just give you a warning first and they give you a little bit of time to correct it, but do not place a branded virtual tour on your listing, because that is going to go to the customers or your colleagues. The other realtors that participate in the MLS, when they do a search for a property and they find a match in your listing, they are going to send this directly to the customers the same way that you do it. And in many cases, they're not going to click on the visual tour to see what the visual tour looks like. So their customers are going to receive a visual tour with your name and your contact information, and that's a violation of the MLS rules and regulations, okay? So I want you to be super aware that branded visual tours are no for the MLS. I have some other questions in here. Let me see. Okay, fantastic. Perfect. So let's go back to the flyer. I want to show you what the flyer looks like. So, of course, in my account, because Berkshire Hathaway is a non-competing brokerage, all I have is a dummy listing. It's a dummy tour. In your account, you are going to see a lot of tours for all your past listings and any current listings that you have, right? So your account is going to look substantially more interesting than my account. In my case, it's only one. So I'm going to show you the preview for the flyer, and you really don't have to do anything with the flyer. The flyer is done like this for each one of your listings. And that's what the flyer looks like. Again, this is a dummy listing that I pulled from all of MLS, but it will have the address, it will have information from the remarks, your logo. Remember that you can upload your own customized logo, your contact information, and a very clever QR code that anybody can grab their phone, scan it, and they are going to land on the visual tour for this particular property. So this is very neat, and you can use it, well, you know, open houses, all sorts of things, mailings, very clever. Done for you instantly. You don't even have to click on anything, open it, print it, is yours. Now we're gonna go back to settings, and I want to show you the viewer. Yes, viewer, very important. So click on the viewer. And on the viewer, you have change, different styles, 2 different styles. And you have properties. I would leave this as it is. It already has all the options that it needs to have. But this at the bottom, and remember how we got in here. We are in settings, and from settings we click on viewer, and under viewer we clicked on the viewer settings, yes? On the viewer settings at the bottom, you have an interesting number of options for your visual tours. So you have the duration of your tours. For every image, you can do up to, I believe, 20 seconds per image. The panoramic, the panorama start, meaning that the camera, how the camera is going to move from 0 to left, etc. Panoramic speed, panoramic still photo, panoramic and zoom. Transition effect. Transition effect is from one image to the other is just going to be a complete change. One image disappears and the other one starts instantly, or you are going to do like a little a transition like in PowerPoint. You know, PowerPoint, when you go from one slide to the other and you do like a little transition thing, you can choose, you have a whole bunch of options in here. And also you can pick all of these options for music. Now, these are global settings, so this is going to end up the default for every single one of your tours. But of course, you do have the option to customize each one of those tours. So if there is a particular way that you would like to set up all your tours, you start here. You don't have to do it in every tour, right? And then if you want to tweak one tour or all of them, you can go into to individual tours and change it. Now, these are the viewer settings. Gonna go back to settings, gonna go back to viewer, and now we're gonna do the preview of the viewer, okay? So this is the viewer, and I'm working on a laptop, so it's sort of crammed. I wanna see this as, okay, so this is the viewer, and the slideshow, you know what it looks like. So
high 4 unit with intracoastal, Palm Beach, and
I don't know if I'm sharing my computer sound, but the moment that I clicked on the on play, it starts reading from the remarks. And don't let me forget about talking about the remarks, because there's an important detail that I need you to cover. But I want you to pay attention to the left. This is the branded tour, okay? The other tour is very similar, but it doesn't have all my contact information. You see the branded tour? See, it has all my information in here, my phone numbers and whatnot, and my customized icon. Okay, I want you to see right here on the left, I have links for a number of different things. Contact me. Remember I told you under contact, you will have all the icons for your social media. All the icons are right there. So if I click on any of this, you're going to land on my Facebook page, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest, and that is a link for a blog, which I am using to direct people to my website. Under details, these are details on the property. And that's a link for a map. And the property site link, if a customer clicks on it, it will take the customer to the customized website that every single property gets on Berkshire Hathaway. It's a full web page with information from the MLS, but it's a full web page just for that particular property. Map, and you can either launch in Google Maps if you want, or you can work from here. It's got basic tools from Google Maps. You can change the satellite view, you can change to the person view, and you can zoom in and out in the map. Share, you know what's gonna happen here. You can send this to your social media. The flyer, It's taking me back to the flyer. And under more, this is really cool. Under more, you have a mortgage calculator, school information. How cool is that, right? You have the local weather. You have Florida Title and Guarantee. You have Prosperity Home Mortgage. You have Home Services Insurance. You have American Home Shield. You have Cinch. You have a lot of stuff in there. How cool is this? And also you have a request more information. So imagine you create a visual tour for your listing. You add as many pictures as you want. You can actually do the narration yourself. And then you can use the link to the visual tour to do a campaign to your past clients, to your prospective clients, to your sphere of influence. You can post this on social media, and you're going to use the branded version with all this information. Imagine all the work that you're saving is just creating one. You create one visual tour in Paradym, and all of this is available in that one visual tour. So now I want to play a little bit with the remarks. Let me go back here. We're going to go back to my home page. My tours, very, very important, my tours. Again, like I told you, it's going to be only one boring tour for me because this is like a dummy thing. But once you find all your properties, you click on the property that you want to work with. And look at this. The images on your tour are called scenes. Scenes, okay? So if you see the word scenes, don't get confused, just means your photos, your property photos, right? So you can edit, replace, make the cover, meaning this is going to be the first picture, right? Edit, I want to show you the options that you have under edit. So you can rotate, flip, adjust, enhance. And enhance is pretty cool. Look, I can do like high definition, and you see how the colors begin to pop up? Color fix, okay? Lots of cool stuff that you can do with your images. It's loading. You can rearrange your pictures. See all the options that you have on the left? Also, this is very important. In language, you can switch everything on the tour from English to Spanish. So if you're sending this to one of your clients overseas or someone who's more comfortable in Spanish, there you go. You can switch it. Pretty cool, right? The link builder will allow you to create a tour for this particular property. And I don't want you to get confused by, if you see Marco Island MLS, it just means that in this area, there is an MLS that has specific rules. So you don't have to choose that. You just keep going and you're good. I'm going to go back. All right, fantastic. And now I want to show you your choices of the narration. So when you click on the narration, it is going to read directly from your remarks on the MLS. Now on the MLS, and we all do this, we use abbreviations. The thing is that when the computer is reading this, it will read the abbreviations. So if instead of writing street, you put ST, it's going to say, well, and this is on Washington, right? So when you are working on your tour, make sure that you get to the auto voice narration tool and make sure that you do not have any abbreviations. Just change abbreviations to the full word. So when the automatic voice creates the voice narrative, yeah, it will not stumble upon those BLVD, for example, or ST or LN that sound very strange. Also, if you would like to add wording to this, you can just type and it will understand it. And another thing, if you want to make it a little bit slower, there is a little hack. You can add periods. So for example, if I want to make this narrative a little bit slower, you just add dots in between and it will make it slower. It's a little hack, okay? So if you happen to feel that for, let's say that you added 25 pages, 25 images, and you think that the narration is very short, just add a few dots, run it again, and see what you can do. But one interesting thing that you should know is that if you're using the app on your phone, you can actually read the remarks or say whatever you want to say about the property yourself very easily. With your phone, you just talk to your phone and then upload the voice clip directly on Paradym on the phone, which is a very nice alternative. So we are running out of time. I'm gonna go to the chat box to see what we have as far as questions. And I want to unmute everybody. So when I unmute everybody, it's going to be like a big noise. Don't worry about it, that's normal. All right, so if you guys want to talk, all you need to do is just hold your space bar. Everybody is unmuted. And let me see the questions that I have here. I have no questions. All right, so any live questions? Anything that you guys want to discuss?
Hi, it's Claudia. Great
Hi, Claudia.
presentation. Thank you. Quick question though, is it when you go on Paradym.com, I realize that there's an option to get a quote as an individual, or is it something that the company already has, or do we go through MLS?
The moment that you log in, you have access to all the tools that I show you. I have the plain account. Berkshire Hathaway already pays for it. We already pay for every single one of our sales professionals. So you do not need to create a new account from scratch. They are going to recognize your email address from our database. So make sure you tell them, hey, I need to log in and I don't know my password. Enter your email address, the one that you use with us. They are going to recognize it and they're going to send you a link so you can log in. And once you log in, you see the same tools that I just showed you on the screen because Berkshire Hathaway is already taking care of that for you.
Perfect. So it would be directly through Paradym.com.
Yes, and it's Paradym with a Y. Paradym with a Y. Okay.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Now I see
Great.
Lisa raising her hand, Maxine raising her hand, and Stacy. So Lisa, you go first. Hold your space bar.
I see here the 3D model. What can we do with that?
The 3D model, that is going to be a long conversation. So let me get back to you after. Yes. Because yeah, that should take me about another 30 minutes, right?
Okay,
so,
thank you.
Maxine, you're next.
The app, when we do, let's say we're doing a presentation for the seller.
Mm-hmm.
The other day I did a presentation and I had to use one of my own Paradym to show him how it works. But does the app show you the presentation itself and what Paradym is really about?
The app will give you all the tools that you have on the website. So
Okay.
you will have everything that you created and you have the ability to create new things.
So how do we do a presentation for a seller? In other words,
To create the presentation on for a seller, what I would do is you can add somebody. Okay, you can add slides or images, something similar to what you would do in a listing presentation. Yes, but remember, it is meant for images. You're not going to be able to put, like, for example, a PDF. So you can put a picture of yourself, you can put the logo for the company, you can put some icons, attractive things, and on top of all that, you can be recording your voice saying the things that you do for a seller, how you're going to market the property and whatnot. It is a different approach, but in my opinion, it can be an extremely effective approach. Yes?
what I did the last time was I took the link of one of my listings and I opened it up and he saw what shows if his listing was on Paradym.
Right, that's an excellent idea. You're just showing a potential seller what type of virtual tour they are going to get if they list with you. Yeah. You can just pick one of your listings. Remember, you can use past listings. Listings are already closed. So you can pick one of your listings and put all the bells and whistles, make it look super nice, tape your own voice, add as much as you want, and then you can use that as an example. That's a great idea. Now, Stacy, you're next. Unmute yourself, Stacy. Hold the space bar. There you go.
So I use the Berkshire Hathaway resource website to make flyers.
Yes.
I never made them on this, but you could do it here. And I also have my virtual tour that I get from my photography company.
Yes.
So I know how to, I do it on that.
Mm-hmm.
But this is free to us, right? So
Yes.
I can make a tour this way.
You can,
Okay.
and you can make like an additional tour. This is something else that you can do. Now, of course, if you are paying for a professional virtual tour, it's you will notice that when I talk about Paradym, most of the time I use visual tour. Visual tour means it's a slideshow of pictures. And a virtual tour, technically, a virtual tour should be something more like a Matterport, yes, that you can navigate virtually.
Okay.
So Paradym creates visual tours. It creates visual tours, right? And if you already have a virtual tour that you pay for professionally, then maybe you can use Paradym for additional marketing that you use. Remember, for example, social media, which is so important. Remember that in social media, a post is super hot right now, and everybody forgot about the post 10 minutes down the line. So if you post 3 different visual tours for a property on social media in one day, every single time is like a new one, yeah? So yes, you can always use these additional tools, even if you already paid for, there's a lot of noise coming from somewhere. I'm trying to figure out from where. Cannot figure, yeah, okay. There you go, I found it. No, I didn't. Yep, now I found it. So like I was saying, even if you have your own professional virtual tour, you can always use Paradym as an additional thing. And again, don't be shy about posting the same property several times on social media, because on social media, what's brand new right now, it's completely forgotten 10, 20 minutes down the line. All right, any other questions?